Don't Worry Darling is regarded very strangely. From what I've seen, you either love it, think it's fine, or hate it. I was super excited about this movie when the trailer came out. It became one of my most anticipated movies of the year, and I was super excited to see it, until it came out. I heard terrible things. Harry Styles' acting was bad. The plot of the movie was a repeat of Get Out, but worse. And finally, it was boring. All of this bummed me out, and I actually didn't watch it for months, until now. My opinion on the movie is iffy. The ideas throughout the movie are very interesting, but they don't go anywhere. For example, when Alice is making breakfast and the eggs have nothing inside, I was like, that's weird. What's the point of this? And then you know what the answer is? Nothing. There was no point to it. It was just another weird thing for the sake of being weird. This was a letdown in my opinion. They have all of this, although kind of pointless, build up for some crazy twist, then it's just that they're in a simulation. This twist also makes what Chris Pine's character Frank said,
"I was expecting so much more from you,"
kind of strange, because her rant is about what they're hiding and what are the men doing at work, what is beyond our town. While yes, he's hiding that they're in a simulation, that's all. I don't know what the movie expected to happen here. There were no stakes at this moment. Why did Alice see the plane crash? If they're in a simulation, why is there this random plane crashing? Obviously this was a way to get Alice to go outside of the area, but was it put there by Frank? It just didn't make much sense. Another thing that didn't make much sense is the shaking. How the entire place would randomly get hit by an earthquake. You could say that it's to reinforce Alice and the other women stay inside of Victory, but with the men being unable to explain what their job is and being in the middle of a desert, it makes very little sense. You could argue that this was all on purpose so that Alice figures it out and gets out, which for the movie, sure, it makes sense, but the people agreeing to do this view it as a permanent thing. This is the rest of their lives in Victory. The acting in this movie was mediocre overall, but Florence Pugh knocks it out of the park. She is so good in this, along with everything else she has done. On the other hand, Harry's performance is so dull and boring. I feel like I'm not watching anything with on screen. Or, on the other hand, I'm cringing. There's also just a bunch of dialogue that doesn't really matter in the movie. Don't Worry Darling was originally written by the Van Dyke brothers. The original script is similar to the movie, but it deals with the real world much more. After reading the original script and seeing the differences, it is clear that the movie made some strange decisions. They almost redeem Jack at the end with how he said that he did this for Alice because of how much she worked. He wanted a better life for them, while in the original script, it's 2050 and women rule the world. They get paid more than men, have more opportunities, so what does Jack do? He fakes Alice's death, puts her into a simulation called Alt-Life in the script, a world for men by men. Back in 1950, in the simulation, men are in control, and once she finally gets out, he goes crazy saying he's gonna kill Alice and just have her body as a sex doll. The original script views him as an actual villain, not someone who has made just a bad mistake. Overall, the movie looks amazing and Florence gives a great performance, but that's about it. I wish it had more of a meaning or more of an idea of what it really wanted to be, but it just doesn't. Overall, I would call this movie dumb fun and give it a 5 out of 10. I enjoyed myself while watching it, but I don't see myself going back to it. But hey, let me know what you think. Do you agree with me? Disagree? Who knows?